Since we're doing the New Day at Home Challenge, we figured we'd give you a New Day at Home art challenge. And since we've been at home a lot during this quarantine, it's probably a time that, and out of our usual routine, it's probably a time that we're discovering some new things about ourselves. And a great way to depict that is in a self-portrait.
And there are a lot of different ways you can approach a self-portrait, and recently Shalom did a attempt at a self-portrait where he did the thing where you create a grid on the page and then you try to copy what you see in each of those squares to make your self-portrait. So he did one of him holding up his 5 for being 5 years old
During the quarantine.
and Judah did this really cool, a little bit more abstract self-portrait where he kind of drew himself and then he cut it into segments and then glued it back down with space in between them. I thought that was really unique and creative. But there's a lot of different approaches you can take, whether it be something abstract or something a little bit more metaphorical. So,
Like I was reflecting on the time that I've had during the quarantine has been a gaining of time for different things. The time that I usually spend driving children to their activities, which is about 8 to 10 hours a week, I am now at home and I'm able to complete some things that sometimes get left by the wayside, like dishes, and I'm able to move forward in some areas that I hadn't been able to before. And I'm finding that that extra margin in my life is producing more joy and more peace. And a way that I could depict that in a self-portrait could simply be, it doesn't have my image at all. It's just a picture of a hand holding a dish and with a sponge and maybe flowers and music notes growing out of it to depict that as I'm washing these dishes and finding time to do that, I am experiencing more joy and peace.
I had the image of maybe a hamster wheel with a hammock, and you're just laying in the hammock inside the hamster wheel that's going around. So at any rate, there's a lot of different ways you can approach it. I remember in college, I was doing a portrait of Stephen Hawking, and I turned his head into like a planetarium with a telescope coming out, and his ears being like satellite dishes. So there are a lot of different ways you can go about it, and we are looking forward to seeing what you create below in the comments and learning a little bit more about who you are.
And what God is doing in your life right now.